It's really freezing out here.
We're currently hiding in a bay situated just off the Southern Ocean, sheltering from a cold front that's just come through. Intense weather has become the norm, so we're learning to embrace the wild.
It's cold.
This is just a taste of the volatile weather we will have to endure throughout this southern leg of our circumnavigation.
Is this thing on?
We now watch the weather like it's TV. Continuous systems roll around the bottom of the globe, and we're eagerly watching and waiting, readying ourselves to jump into action and depart immediately when the opportunity arises.
We couldn't be more grateful for once again having some downwind sailing.
Oh, it's the best.
There's no good weather to waste.
You!
Because we're currently on a 1500 nautical mile mission from Australia's west coast to Tasmania, and we have to complete this part of our voyage before the seasons become too formidable.
Reef in, reef out, reef in, reef out.
So in between bad weather, work and study, yes, we're both at uni, we'll be sailing some of the most extreme waters and sharing some of the hardest to reach sites on the planet with all you lot.
This is so wild.
So welcome aboard SV Nakama, or you can call her Knackers, our 10-metre super yacht / expedition vessel.
Okay, so here we are in Albany.
We arrived in Albany, a small town on Australia's south coast with a perfect weather window. After 36 hours, we dropped anchor just in the nick of time before the weather turned foul.
It's freezing. We're not used to how cold it is. We've just been bunkered up inside all day.
Since then, we've been stuck inside. And although there's no signs of improvement,
We're getting off the boat.
it's gotten to the point where our legs are in dire need of stretching.
I haven't been off the boat in 5 days, I think. So it's definitely nice to get some blood flowing.
Whew. Sometimes when it's miserable like this, you have to force yourself off the boat. You don't want to often leave the boat when it's this miserable. You have to force yourself off, and when you get off, it's super nice and refreshing. It's nice to feel the wind and the fresh air. Really, we just wanted to see how rough it was on the other side of this land. Guess you could call it land.
This strip of land is the only thing between us and the relentless weather and surf that wasn't here a few days ago.
You could almost surf it.
Yeah.
So despite conditions looking like this, Nakama, mere meters away, is safe and sound, and this is actually one of the calmest anchorages we've been at in a while.
The sun's shining today for the first time in like 5 days. We've been feeling, not gonna lie, a little bit miserable because the weather's just been so miserable. The sun's out and boy, it doesn't make a difference. It's so amazing how the weather impacts your mood. But anyway, the sun is shining today, and yeah, we're gonna head into the marina actually, because yeah, there's a few things that we need to do, and we're also out of water, and yeah, we'll explain more once we're in, I guess.
Unfortunately, this sun isn't going to last long.
So it's raining, real rain, not just like a drizzle. There's a big storm.
There's a nagging boat job we need to do before the next proper weather window rolls through in a few days' time. So while we wish we were lifting the tender to head to an exotic beach, which this area is so famous for, we're using the calm conditions today to get into the marina.
Rightio, dinghy's up, outboard's up, let's go get into the marina. It's not too far away, it's literally just over there near the ships, or behind the ships.
Alright babe, chuck some revs on.
So our starter battery is completely dead, aka the nagging boat job.
Oh, she's gonna be slow. Oh, that's alright. It's alright when there's no pressure on it, but yeah.
Not having a starter battery makes it, well, tricky to start our engine, but also as our anchor winch relies on the starter too, it makes it tricky to bring up the anchor.
I don't know if you can hear that, but she's not happy.
The solution to providing power to the windlass is by revving the engine up. But how did we start the engine without a starter battery, you might wonder? Well, having a flashy lithium house bank allows us to cross over, and she's never started better.
Luckily, we've got really good quality lithium batteries that are capable of doing that. A lot of your cheaper ones wouldn't be able to start our engine. It's just not what they're designed to do.
But this isn't a long-term solution, so all of this needs to be fixed in the marina.
Righto, anchor is up. Oh, thank you. Hot showers, here we come. Good job, skipper.
Good job, baby. That was all you.
I'll take that.
Among Albany's surrounding natural beauty is the exporting of huge amounts of grain, silica sand and wood chips.
There's an overpowering smell of wood chips right now. They load up mineral sands and wood chips here, and it smells like a beautiful forest tree.
It does smell like a forest, doesn't it?
Reality is they probably just chopped down a forest, but it smells nice.
The town of Albany is quite historic. Being the first European settlement in Western Australia, it predates the capital. And it was also the last Australian port of call Aussie soldiers saw before joining the Allied forces in Europe and Africa in the First World War. Well, we've just gotten into the marina, we've made use of their glorious showers, and we just wanted to say a huge thank you to this week's video's sponsor. We are super proud to be partnered with EcoFlow once again, because over the last few months we've really been putting this little magic briefcase here to the absolute test, and we've absolutely loved the performance of it. Magic briefcase, you say? Yes, well, this is the EcoFlow River 2 Pro. It's a small, lightweight, lithium-based portable power station. It can be used for up to 10 years and it carries a 5-year warranty. You can bring the River 2 Pro literally anywhere you venture to keep you and your gadgets charged. Not too long ago, I had to shoot a music video for a uni assignment. It was a full 8-hour day of shooting, and naturally I was really nervous about all of my camera gear's battery life. But luckily, this bad boy right here and my trusty camera assistant, could we just get that light maybe a little closer? Were the biggest lifesavers. Without the River 2 Pro, by hour 3, all of my batteries would have been dead flat and I would have had none on the charge ready to go. That would have created a huge setback in the day, and working with a real live band, it probably wouldn't have looked so professional on my part. But having this, the River 2 Pro, and getting Slim to rotate the camera batteries throughout the day meant that we could shoot the whole production within that one day. I now know that I'm not going to be doing any other remote shooting without this on hand. Not only are EcoFlow's products great for taking power with you anywhere you go, but this has also revealed itself as a fantastic household power backup in the event of a power outage, which we know firsthand as we've lent this guy to a friend who's been struggling with frequent power outages, and yep, he saved the day. So that is why we're so excited to be partnered with EcoFlow once again, and to remind you of the Black Friday sale that is currently happening, where you can score yourself up to $3,500 off the best deals of the year. So make sure you get in quick for this last week of the Black Friday sales. We'll leave a link in the description below for you to check out, and we hope you love the River 2 Pro as much as we do. So anyway guys, I'm pretty sure Slim's in the cupboard, so I'm gonna go hand it over to him.
Chilly. Hey guys, welcome to Slim's Electronics in Tight Spaces. The reason I'm in the back locker today, and one of the reasons we came into the marina actually, is we had to pick up some spare parts. Ooh, don't need that on. Yeah, since Bustleton we've been starting the boat's engine with the lithium, just crossing them over to the start battery to actually get the engine to fire. Starts better than any battery I've ever used before, it's crazy. We've had like a bit of trouble with the starter battery for a while, and it's just finally completely died. Essentially, our wind generator teamed up with our lithium to destroy our start battery. The way that happened is I'd set the wind generator up as sort of wanting a bit of a fallback plan if anything was to happen to the start battery, which was sort of like, I don't know, double redundancy really, because all this time we've gotten away with just putting the lithium across to the starter, which we can blend the batteries, and it worked fine that way. A lot of lithium batteries don't recommend using them as a starter. We're pretty happy to have really good quality batteries that have no problem starting an engine like ours. It's only, you know, Yanmar 3GM. It's not massive. yeah, we've had no problems whatsoever, as long as they're pretty full of juice, which they pretty much always are. But what's been happening is between our starter battery and our lithium battery, so the alternator doesn't get fried out, we have like a DC-DC charger. I think it thought it doesn't know the difference basically between an alternator and, in our case, a wind generator. So it thought it could just give as much juice as it wanted. So if we got big gusts of wind, it would start pulling, say, I don't know, however many amps. And if the wind sort of died off, it would just continue to pull those amps. And it was just flogging the starter battery, which the wind generator ran through. And our starter battery was just getting pulled down to like 11 volts for extended periods of time when the lithium got excited, basically. And the voltage sensitive relay in the DC-DC charger wasn't tripping because it thought the wind generator was an alternator capable of just giving more. For anyone that doesn't know the first thing about electronics, and that was me not very long ago, that probably sounds like confusing mumbo jumbo, but hopefully it helps someone with a lithium setup. So what I'm going to do today, or yesterday, I've installed a new MPPT, which you'll see behind me, and rather than have our wind generator run through to our start battery and then flow into the lithium, I'm just going to put it directly to the lithium with a new MPPT charger that I can see on our app with everything else. It'll let me know heaps more about what's going on. So that's what's on the cards today. Hopefully that made sense to some people. So I'm probably going to hate editing that, but let's get into it. I just got to wire it up. Beauty of this is I think I just cut the wire in half. There's enough slack in the wire that I don't have to add any new wire. And yeah, just cut it, put it in one side and put it in the other side, and now it'll flow through the MPPT. Alright, so that's all installed. I might be able to turn the wind jetty on now. Wind jetty on. Alright, it's the wind jetty on. Might be able to hear it starting up there. We will see how we go. She started. Okay, so if you can see the confusion on my face there, that's because the wind jetty didn't sound right at all. It would kick in and then cut right back out or groan like it was under pressure, and that's the moment I found out something. This is quite embarrassing to say, but I'm gonna admit to it because we're sort of learning along the way, so hopefully this helps someone else out. But the wind generators produce AC current after a little bit of googling as to why this awesome new charge controller wasn't working. It's DC only. Never in my mind or anything like that has it ever occurred to me that the wind generators would produce AC current, but they do. But it meant I was back to sort of square one with the wind generator. I've just cut the wires, but I've soldered them back together, covered them up really well. It's like you'd never know they were cut, and everything's sort of back to normal. I've done a bit of Googling of the charging specifications of our lithium batteries, and it looks like I should just be able to run it directly to the batteries without any issues. It does have its own control in it to cut it off if the voltage gets too high. My batteries also have BMSs in them which would do the same thing, so there's no real issues as far as anything getting damaged. It just would have been a convenience, I guess, for me, and a luxury to be able to watch what's going on my phone. So for now, what I'm going to do, after sort of spending a day dicking around with that and getting absolutely nowhere, it's time to put our new starter battery in.
Oh, the absolute joys of running a boat.
Not keen. Not keen at all. I can't just take the start battery out because to slide the start battery across to where it can fit out, I have to remove the house batteries, which is what makes this more of an annoying, less plug and play job than I'd like it to be. Alright, can never be too cautious.
We've learned the hard way multiple times that before you rip something apart, take a couple of photos of what it needs to look like for when you put it back together again. But otherwise, one of the best things about doing a complete electrical refit means swapping our dead starter battery for a brand spanking new one was quite a pain-free process. After the wind generator debacle, of course.
I think this battery might be ever so slightly smaller.
It was good to finally get one of these batteries off the boat because this new one has been floating around with us for quite some time.
Batteries.
While Slim was right,
So probably going to hate editing that.
I would much rather be editing us exploring than doing boat jobs, but alas, the reality is that this is just as much a part of boat life as the rest of it. And sometimes you just gotta fix your boat if you want to keep her afloat.
Righto, battery's been replaced. I guess the wind generator's been moved over straight to the lithium bank, and hopefully everything all goes according to plan.
There's a reason we keep persisting with these pesky boat jobs. It's time to get back on our search for the wilderness. So we've been in Albany fixing our starter battery and doing a bit of work in the marina. It's been nice to have some marina life. Hot showers. Yeah, hot showers. It's pretty good.
We have a hot shower. Normally
We do have a hot shower now, but
have water.
yeah, like not being on water restrictions, that's nice. Yeah, Simon has very successfully, actually, I shouldn't speak too soon, but I'm assuming successfully installed our new starter battery. However, we just realised we haven't actually tried to start our engine yet.
I'm that confident in my work.
So this is the moment of truth to see if our new starter battery is all good, because we're hoping to get out of the marina, but we'll very shortly know whether we can or not.
Soon find out. Excuse the messy desk. Happens to the best of us.
There
Right.
she is.
No, there it is.
There's the ignition.
That's it, the remix to ignition. Ready. We're letting it brew, let a bit of fuel get through. Ooh. Drink it up, ready?
Basically like a dream. I don't know what that clunk was.
It was basically like a dream. I mean, it started, it just took a few turns, but that's no fault of the battery. Let's see if the alternator kicks in now.
Yeah, we got 30 amps coming in.
What's the starter say now?
13. She's good, mate. Alternator, start battery. Now let's get out of the marina, eh? It's actually a little bit windy today. Just over 20 knots. During our time in Albany and between boat jobs, we've been fortunate to meet a group of really cool ocean-loving locals who have been showing us the Albany way. These sea shanties captured the spirit of the ocean from the warmth of the local pub while it has been too ferocious out at sea. And while it's still a brisk day today, it does appear that some favourable weather is on its way at last. So we're setting off for another cove to catch up one last time with some of these new friends we've made before we once again move on, destined for unfamiliar places. Oh my gosh, downwind!
I never thought this would happen again. This is what dreams are made of. Ah! It's the best! I don't know what we were whinging about all this time in the Kimberley, remember?
Yeah.
We were like, I'm sick of going downwind.
It's true, we were very privileged with downwind sailing almost all the way from Airlie Beach through the Kimberley. That's about where it ended, in the Kimberley. And we were like, when are we going to get something different other than downwind sailing?
We got it.
And certainly Ron, we got the very opposite of downwind sailing. And we couldn't be more grateful for once again having some downwind sailing.
For 2 miles to the mooring ball. But we will lap up every mile. Pretty tight little gap to squeeze through here. You wouldn't want to get too distracted by the beautiful little beaches on either side as well, because it's pretty shallow.
This is such a stunning little nook of Albany. And even better for yachties, there are a couple of free short stay moorings available. As we came into the cove, it was hard not to notice the bright orange converted life raft, which has been a popular talking point amongst the locals. Okay, very interestingly, there is a life raft here that looks like it's been converted with a couple of masts. We've heard rumours, I'm pretty sure there's actually someone living in that. Yeah, lots of quirky people out here on the ocean. We actually have some mates that we've met here in Albany aboard a vessel right next to us, and they've got a foil board on board. And yeah, we're gonna go try and foil board the afternoon away. We've never done this before, and apparently it's a little bit tricky, so yeah, see how we go. Saving us from having to get our tender off our foredeck, we're setting up the foil boarding shop aboard Tearaway. This is Kobe's boat. And this is Yvonne. Having never tried foil boarding before, Slim was eager to give it a go.
I'm afraid of heights, and I was like,
yes! You're doing it! He's actually stayed on for a while.
Yeah.
Oh! It was a bit of a rocky start. You! But after getting some more pointers, I was next. Alright, Yvonne's pretty good. See how I go, eh? Wish me luck. I drew the short straw and the guys decided that I might need a helmet on. I didn't argue too much over it though, because they're probably right.
are you okay?
And while I didn't quite get there, Slim by the end was flying into next year.
Yeah, that's good. Woo. I think you've got it. Oh my gosh, that was a lot harder than it looks. A lot more physically demanding than it looks too. So I'm definitely feeling a little bit sore, and then also like I stacked it pretty hard. But Simon got it pretty well. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I think Yvonne got some really good shots of me actually eating the ground as well. So anyway, it was fun. Yeah, nice little afternoon here.
It was a perfect afternoon to end our time in Albany. The next morning, we woke to the most peaceful conditions for our departure.
See you later, guys.
See you guys.
Nice to meet you. See you when we're looking at you. Alright, saying goodbye to Albany this morning. It's quite crazy how glassy it is this morning.
We're continuing our journey across the bottom of Australia this morning, making the 20 nautical mile jump from Albany to a spectacular location called Two People's Bay.
Alrighty, we've just popped our heads out into King George Sound. A little bit more wind has just come in. It was a complete glass out a second ago, and now it's blowing about 15 knots. So we actually might have a pretty good sail today.
It's a strange feeling leaving Albany knowing we won't see another major form of civilization until we're on the other side of the Great Australian Bight. It feels like another huge leap into the unknown, but it's this peculiar blend of unease and excitement that keeps driving us on this adventure into the wild. What a beautiful stretch of coastline I think we've got ahead of us. This mountain headland thing is just incredible. Two People's Bay is just on the other side of this, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be a nice little anchorage. Wow, so we're just like mesmerized by these waves just smashing against this rock we're going past. It's really such an amazing scene with the sheer waters, the headland, the beautiful ocean swell. Like, it's a pretty cool scene. It's amazing to think that the only thing between us and Antarctica right now is 2,000 nautical miles of open ocean. It's exhilarating and terrifying witnessing the swell meet Australia's landmass. Today, there's a particularly large swell that's being pushed up from a system further south of us. If we could feel the reverb in the sea state all the way out here, the huge waves pounding against the rocks is definitely something you want to keep your distance from. Too far off now, only a few miles to go. It's just around this corner. Running with the swell now, so it's a little bit better and not so wishy-washy off those cliffs. However, if the headlands aren't interfering with the swell, they're playing tricks on us with the wind. Yeah, we're definitely getting bullets off this headland. Like right now it's 13 knots and then we just got hit by like a gust of over 20 knots. And we just had a little bit too much sail up for that. With fluky wind and almost in the anchorage anyway, it was time to get the head sail away altogether.
Alright, so far new starter battery's been really good. And yeah, we're about half a mile out. The wind's exactly where we want to go. So
that's a good thing for an anchorage.
Yeah, that is a good thing for an anchorage. And we had a brief discussion about tacking and we've decided not to do that. We're just going to head into the anchorage and enjoy an afternoon.
Hey, Chew.
Hello, one.
Well, it's pretty nice in here. We've got a little bay to ourselves. It's very shallow though. We're only in 2 meters of water, which is crazy. So we've just found a little sandy patch that we've dropped our anchor in. There's lots of seagrass around here, lots of seagrass. Two People's Bay is an incredibly scenic spot, with this beach here voted number 5 in Australia's top secret spots and regularly voted as one of the best beaches in Western Australia. More importantly for us right now, it's an incredibly protected anchorage.
We're making play.
We certainly are, Ron.
No, the series is just going to be like...
This can't go on, Ron. We certainly do, Ron.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to go check out a little bay.
We certainly will, Ron.
Today we're chilling.
We certainly are, Ron.
It's kind of strange being at the beach in like all rugged up.
It certainly is, Ron.
We certainly do, Ron. It's pie season here aboard Nakama. It's cold outside. I've been pushing for a pie for about the last 3 days, I think. Anyway, Chili's sitting on the floor waiting for more dinner. She's just been fed, so she's getting greedy, trying to get her winter coat on as well. But tomorrow we set sail again. Out into the Southern Ocean we go. I'll put some sea shanties on. We'll have a good old time. Yeah, clocking some miles. Eating pie and clocking miles. That's what we're doing here aboard Nakama at the moment. No swimming today, it's bloody freezing. Don't let that colour deceive you, it's freezing. Yeah, beautiful beaches to look at from the warm comfort of your fleece on your mother vessel is what I think we've come to at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful scenery from the warmth of your home. And we'll bring that scenery to you in the warmth of your home. So if you're enjoying the beautiful scenery from the warmth of your home, oh, it's a tongue twister. What's not hard to figure out is the subscribe button. It's bright red and it's down below somewhere. Anyway, tomorrow we set sail.
Anyway guys, with our pie in the oven cooking, we're going to bid you farewell while we try and catch ourselves some squid.
Squid?
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Myself and Sophie both each have a little announcement we want to make to you, and I'm going first. I just wanted to say, on behalf of myself and Sophie, a massive thank you to everyone that's placed a merch order. It's blown us away. We're absolutely stoked. We can't wait for you guys to get your hands on everything. Apologies about the hats. They sold out quicker than we expected. They'll be back in stock soon. And the other thing I really wanted to mention was that we'll be closing the pre-order for the merch soon too. So I'm gonna send the orders to print on Wednesday the 27th, the morning of the Wednesday. So if you wanted to get an order in, try and get it done by Tuesday evening. And yeah, just a massive thanks to everyone that has already placed an order, and just letting you guys know that they'll all be sent to print on Wednesday the 27th. And yeah, we'll keep you updated as that whole process unfolds. We're really eager for you guys to get your hands on them before Chrissy. And excitingly, while we are closing that merch order off, we've done a limited run of a Slim and Soph 2025 calendar. You can check that out on our website as well. We are super proud of that one, super chuffed. I think it's really quite beautiful. It follows our journey down the west coast, and Soph's made like little maps that show the location of where all these images were taken. We've written a little spiel about it on the website, so you can check that out there. Yeah, that was actually suggested to us by our viewers last year when we did the photo prints. We really took that suggestion on board and we thought that'd be a great idea, and we've had a lot of fun making a calendar for you guys. And we're big on calendars. We have a lot of commitments with uni and deadlines and dates with videos and stuff, and I love like a hard copy calendar. I'm pretty old school like that, so we're super excited to be releasing that to you guys. There are limited orders there because we just weren't sure how many would sell, but they are on their way from print. There's a limited amount there. Please check them out on the website and grab yours. Yeah, and then I'll hand you over for Soph's announcement.
Hey guys, I hope everyone is well and happy, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you're still around, we really hope you enjoyed the video. I just wanted to apologise for being a little bit nasally this week. I've been a little bit under the weather, so that hasn't really helped with all these voiceovers and whatnot. I hope that wasn't, yes, too nasally for you. The other thing I just wanted to mention was I have a huge uni assignment I need to get in next week. It's hard to sometimes split your focus between the two, YouTube and uni, and I think next week I need to prioritise uni. So I'm going to excuse ourselves from posting next week, so you won't see us next week, but hopefully you'll see us the week after. But just know that I'll be working hard at uni, if that helps. Anyway guys, I think that is about it. We'll catch you very shortly, and I hope everyone has a lovely weekend and a lovely next week, and yeah, we'll see you when we're looking at you. Bye guys.